number 4, and we're bringing more. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Energy Detox and Reboot event.
And by day 4, you're ready for more, but also this possibility that we've been talking about, the possibility of complete healing, of transformation of your health and vitality is shifting from possibility to probability, right? So instead of, I wonder if it's possible for my shoulder to move, I wonder if it's possible for my inflammation to go away, starting to have thoughts more like, I think it's probable. I've seen what everybody's writing in the chat. I've been feeling this energy myself. This is probable. And what does that do? My favorite word in the world, faith.
Faith.
We start having faith and hope, and that's the energy that we need to heal. And let's just reflect back a little bit on yesterday.
I'm walking towards you.
Yeah.
Bringing it. Fired up.
Yesterday was day 3, and we loved all that science, and we learned why Qigong and meditation, science data, Larry, why that helps with dementia, sleep, inflammation, heart health, digestion. And then we blended the 3 M's. Movement, mindset, meditation, and that's what we call energy trifecta. So that was a sample of one of the classes that we do in our ongoing classes called the Life Force Mastery Dojo. Day 1.
Day number 1, we dove into opening up the tissue known as the fascia so that we could free up the energy pathways and move that life force through our body. Day number 2, we started to draw the chi into the energy pathways, the meridian lines, and show you how to get it into the tissues and clear issues from the tissues.
And we are flowing Qigong.
Flowing, joint mobility,
yeah.
Gracefulness, breath capacity. And then on day number 3, standing and sitting meditations, the trifecta, so that we dove into a very beautiful, powerful meditation. Thank you guys for all the comments about that. There were a lot of tears and a lot of joy.
A lot of joy.
It was really beautiful.
People were saying they've been meditating for years and they experienced such peace and calm. You know, in the middle of the night last night, I had this, I haven't told you this yet.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We've been busy. We've been really busy.
I'm your wife. How are you?
Nice to see you again.
And I remembered that whenever, if you're like me, you know, tech is like when something doesn't work, whether it's the Keurig coffee pot maker or a toaster or a computer or a curling iron, what do? You unplug it, you count to 30 really slow, and you plug it back in, and it works again. And I started laughing, and I was like, well, that's kind of what we did in day 3 with that meditation. We sort of unplugged from the stress, unplugged from the anxiety, and then there were certain ways that we were breathing and visualizing, and we had moved so that the body and mind could reset and work better.
Reboot.
And I thought, oh, well, we're just doing the same old thing. We're unplugging, letting everything return to its natural state of health and healing. That's what's beautiful about what we do in our Life Force classes is health and healing is our nature. The body wants to heal, right? If you cut yourself, you get a scab, it knows how to do it. It wants to heal.
There's an intelligence.
And we have to create the environment for it. But back to that schedule. Day 5, tomorrow. I need to tell you a little bit so that you can prepare. Day 5 is very different. We're going to do something we call...
Before we do day 5,
Zoop.
What are we doing today? Day 4. Today we are bringing the clarity and the insights and the mastery behind this S.A.T.O.R.I map. People say that this map changes everything because it aggregates and brings together all the moving parts of personal development, from health and wellness, movement arts, from sitting, breathing, meditations and breath work, from mindset work to affirmations and visualizations, working with hypnotic suggestions, upgrading identity. It blends it all together and it connects it to energy, to life force, to source force. And you'll see it all come together today. In fact, by the end of our training, we have a paper that we're going to be giving you. It'll be a digital download of the center of the map so you can track everything you've been learning so far, and you'll understand how it all fits together within the method that we teach called S.A.T.O.R.I.
And we'll also be moving today. Now back to tomorrow. I was saying it's very different. It's a blend of all the energy things we've been doing, but then we blend it with fitness. So we both have very deep backgrounds in being athletes and fitness trainers.
We athletes.
We're athletes. Haha.
I'm an athlete.
Well, you're an athlete. I'm an athleta.
We've been talking a lot, so our words get a little mixed up. We make up words too.
I started teaching fitness. I started teaching dance at 14. I started teaching fitness in 1994, and I've taught at least 5 to 10 classes every week since then. So we really know how to help you build more muscle mass, increase your bone density, sculpt and shape your muscles in a beautiful way so that your posture is really good, your digestion is better. So tomorrow, if you have them,
here come the weights.
bring some little dumbbells, because we actually do Qigong holding very light weights. Now light, I mean like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the most. If you don't have them, get a couple of water bottles, pour out some water so that you can get a squeeze and a grip, or you can use a
I don't know what.
can of beans.
Can of
You
beans.
always say a can of beans. We'll be doing some punching. We mentioned this earlier in the week that dancing, learning new choreographed moves is the #1 way to prevent dementia. So we will be incorporating a little bit of choreography into Fitness Fusion, probably stemming from some martial arts kickboxing, some salsa. It's very doable. We do this
you guys
class
can do this.
once a week in the dojo. We have people that do it from a chair. No matter where you are, you'll be able to benefit.
And thank you for the beautiful feedback about the event. We've got people who are returning from different events that we've done, this one in particular, for years now. This is our open house. This is our sampler of what we do in our Life Force school. So we had, for 25 years, a Life Force dojo. We're going to show you some of that a little bit later today to give you some context to how we created what we have. But then what we realized was we would invite people to our dojo, our martial arts transformation school, so that they could try, right? Give it a sampler week. And that's kind of what you're tasting. We're starting to get feedback from you guys like, I don't want this to end. This is so fun. And you know, consistency is the mother of transformation. And so we wanted to make sure that you could sample what we do and really understand today how it works, the whole system. And then, of course, we're not going to say, and that's it. See you later.
See you next year.
Good luck. We're going to invite you to join us to continue, just like we did at our brick and mortar school.
Yeah.
People would join us and they would train every week as much as their schedule permitted. Oh,
Now, if you are just joining this event, I think there was 1,000 people that joined on like day 3 to day 4.
yeah.
You're fine. Stay here, join us live today, and then you can go back and watch the replays. The replays are each day is available for a limited amount of time. Then they're being professionally edited and turned into a program. There'll be beautiful music under it. We'll snip out the beginnings and the ends. It'll be concise. It's valued at $297. And we're going to tell you at the end of today how you can get forever access to all 5 days for free.
So don't leave early. Make sure that you catch this opportunity and how all the goodness is coming your way. This would be one of the best gifts I think you receive in your, I'll say in your life. I'm willing to say that.
I'm so proud of this.
It's an amazing thing that's been cultivated. And the students that are here, thank you guys for being here. They've helped to grow this school, this dojo.
Creative.
You know, people sometimes will ask, can you help me find a martial arts school? And I always say, yes, of course, you're going to find a good teacher, but what you want to do is look at their students. And if their students have good technique and their students seem to be thriving, then that's a good teacher, because you have to be able to transfer the knowledge to your student.
Yep.
We love teaching. We love layering the learning. And you can see our students that are here. Those thank you for joining us.
They're all in.
They will share with you what their experience
all
is if
in.
you ask them. In fact, Robin Robin Andrews just posted earlier in this thread, 1 year ago, this event changed my life. I signed up and I have been consistently doing 4 classes a week. She's like really going for it. You don't have to do 4 classes a week. I'm in a much better place physically and emotionally than last year, thanks to Trista Sabrina.
Aww.
Thank you for sharing
Thank you,
that,
Robin.
Robin. And she just put that in the chat just a moment ago.
And why don't, for yourself, If you're still feeling like I'm here through today, I'm showing up tomorrow, I'm all in.
Put it in the
all
chat.
in for myself. I'm all in for healing. I believe in the possibility. I'm moving more into probability. I'm all in for preventing things that could happen to me in a few years.
We call this health defense. We used to teach self-defense. Now we
That's
teach
good.
health defense.
All right, shall we move forward?
Let's everybody have a little bit of water because we're going to do a light qigong before we teach you the map because we want to light up your brain and your body. And yeah, let's get started.
So are you going to stay here?
I will.
Then I want to tell him something.
Okay. You gonna stand?
Just for a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hydrate.
Yesterday, it tickles me because I love that you're geeky like me. And we love hearing data and statistics because it kind of encourages us to do more things. And so, of course, I was collecting more. And what I was studying a little bit yesterday was the benefits of, like, when you're short on sleep. Like maybe somebody is in the hospital and you need to be there for them, or there's a situation in your life where your sleep time is getting cut down. And they were saying that if you could take a few minutes to do Qigong, mindful movement, you don't want to replace your sleep, but it is as rejuvenating, if not more, than taking a power nap. So when you don't think that, oh, I'm moving, I'm using up my energy. You're actually making energy. You are an energy factory and you're creating more energy when you do the movements.
Can we hone in on that for a moment?
Yes,
Sometimes people
Bob.
think that I don't have the energy to do this. Mm-hmm. And the reality is you will create energy. You're a generator.
Yep.
Qigong generates more energy. That's why it's called energy work or energy play. And it's gentle and easy, and even if your physical body is currently a little bit fatigued, you will bring the energy gradually back up.
Bring it back to life.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, this was a study by the CDC, and they were saying that the most costly diseases right now, the most prevalent, are heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. And they were saying that looking at the healthcare costs, that someone that does ongoing movement will save $2,500 per year
Wow.
in healthcare costs.
That's from the Center
these are
for Disease Control.
preventable and we can slow them down. So I loved hearing
you.
that. As much motivation as I can feed myself keeps me really consistent, because I feel like I'm making energy, I'm making money, I'm looking better, I'm feeling better.
We like all the things.
Okay, I'll come over
Okay,
here.
we're going to do a short activation. Okay, we teach these all the time in our Life Force school, and there's always something new. Variety is really important, right? So the mind doesn't get bored or tune out. You can watch a video again and again and again. After a while, you're not going to want to watch it anymore because, well, it's old. But this is always going to be new and fresh. So we're going to start with something new and fresh. We're in our dojo. We're bowing in. Why do we bow? It's a way of honoring the path before you. It's a way of honoring the teachers who have walked the path before us. Those who have shared with us, our mentors, the elders. In martial arts, they're called sensei. Teachers who have been willing to hold space for us, create the right environment for us to grow and nurture us. And so I am so grateful. I have many pictures on the wall over here of different teachers that I've worked with or who have inspired me. So when I bow, I'm saying thank you to them. And also checking in, where am I at? So feel the sky hook, draw the chin. Wiggle the toes. Open the hands and the heart. Check your breathing. Deep diaphragmatic breath. All the things that are becoming part of our routine. When we feel that breath, pull that belly button in and up. Purge out stale air from the lower lobes of the lungs. Set an intention. I feel great. Bend the knees. Open the legs slowly. Palms facing the earth. Check your bows. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little roundness in the shoulders and a smile on the face. 6 bows bouncing. Here we go. So we're just getting some movement. If you're in a chair, you can just pump your arms. The smile pulls the chi up through the body. Now we're shaking. Bouncing and a shaking. We're freeing up stagnant energy. We're opening our energy pathways. We're bringing fresh oxygen up into the chest and the lungs. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Doing our best to feel open. Open in the body. Open in the mind. Open to possibility and probability, like Sabrina said. One more set. We're going to now light up the brain with some swinging arms and get that nitric oxide stimulation by breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Strong in through the nose, hands come up. Bend the knees as you go down. Open the palms at the bottom. Some people like to go really low. Stretch their legs and back. Some people like to come up on their toes. Only do as many as feels good for you. 3 more, strong. Last one, and a big breath. Notice how your body is waking up and you're creating body-mind aligned. We're going to tap. Up and down the arm. Up the top, down the inside. Give yourself a pat on your shoulder, on your back. Good job for attending 4 sessions if this is your 4th one, or even your first one. Good job for being here, live or the replay. Grateful to have you. Tap, tap, tap. I'm clapping for you. Back of shoulder, good job. Top of chest, lymph nodes under the armpits, down the waist, 2 times all around your power center. Lymph nodes in the hip flexor area, lightly tapping. We're creating circulation, stimulation. We're pulling blood to the surface of the skin and building what's known as collateral capillaries. So we have healthy, glowing skin. Better circulation of blood through the body. No stagnation, cooling in the lower legs. Right? We've got to, as we age, and we call it saging, as you sage, you gotta, because you're not running around like you were when you were a kid, you've got to find life force techniques that can still give you the circulation and the energy that you had when you were younger, right? So this is the great longevity hack. These are the things that the masters learned that lived to be 100 and some say even 150. Rubbing, so I'm tapping lightly on the lower back. Rubbing, and some say longer. But it's because they understood the importance of rejuvenating the depleted life force, bringing it back, creating circulation, oxygenating the body. A well-oxygenated body is going to just simply live longer. Let alone all the chi, lightly tapping, the chi development. Those of you who were here yesterday, we talked about Jing, the life force energy that's compressed in the body as fuel, that we can build it up and slow the burn rate down, tapping top of head, all around the head. And now we do a check-in. This is our standing meditation posture. Arms are floating, not up in the air though, like this. They're relaxed. Feel your palms open, your feet open. Some of you learned how to open the third eye a little bit yesterday. See if you can breathe from here and put your third eye, just try, in your belly, right below your belly button. That's the entry point for the lower dantian. It lives in the center of the body. It's an energy vortex. It opens and it grows and it learns like a brain. Breathing in and out. Here we go. Breathe out. Breathe in. Smiling. Allowing the chi to rise up through the body. We're going to do one parting clouds movement. Lift the chi up. Feel your energy rising. You're elevating emotion of pure positivity. A little bend in the legs. In a moment, we're going to be sitting, so our body's going to feel nice and open and relaxed. Palms come down, creating that beautiful energetic field. Last time, around the body, breathing in and up, expanding your energy set point. We're going to put weight in one leg. Hands come up, feet come together. Close this session for now. All the way back to the Wu-Ji. Palms and heart open. And grateful. Here we go. It is time to reveal the map. How are you feeling? Everybody good? If you're just getting here, say hi. I want to know how high.
How they're feeling.
How high are you? All right. Yeah, let us know in the chat what you got. It's been really fun getting to know everybody, hanging out a little bit, being silly and playful. We've been having a great time. Love reading all the things you're sharing. We're so grateful that many of you are feeling so much more energy, and you're open, you're excited. I got a beautiful message yesterday from someone who's been meditating. Well, we get many of these from people who've been meditating for like 30, 40 years. And they're like, this is so cool. I'm learning new things. And that they're having deeper experiences with the things they've already been learning. And that's what's going to happen today as we reveal the map. You're going to see how all the things, it's a very inclusive method that we're going to share with you. All the things that you've been studying from whatever age to now, you're going to see how they all fit together. And my estimation is that you're going to have some very big aha moments where you're like, oh, that's why I do that. Or, oh, I should probably move that over there. We talk a lot about sequence and doing the right thing in the right way, in the right order. We're going to show you something that is order. When you think of the universe and there's order, we're going to show you universal order that lives within you. And it's why there's so many different modalities that people have made, is because they're piecing together how to support that order. And we crack the code. We believe this is revolutionary, what we're about to show you. We crack the code to the order. And it was revealed, and a little bit more was revealed, and a little bit more, and this map was birthed over time, and it's been acid tested. It's been proven, time tested by student after student after student. We've been teaching this in Qigong now for 19 years. And before that, 20 years in our Life Force School. We're going to show you some slides in a moment. Before I do, some of the folks are saying I have more energy since COVID. Beautiful. Last night while I was in bed, my body kept tingling from my head to my toes, said Judy. Wow.
You got to scroll. So, Tristan's shirt. Lots of people in the comments. They
shirt.
really like your shirt, Dillard's. Wife and Dillard's.
Well, thank you.
Bobby said, I just want to thank you so much for this opportunity. Doctors told me in my teens that I would be in a wheelchair by the time I was in my late 30s or early 40s, but I will be 45 at the end of the month and I'm still on my feet. I have faith that with your kindness and videos, I'll be able to keep proving them wrong for the rest of my life. I love that, Bobby.
Absolutely can.
Mari says, I'm all in for myself, for healing, for prevention, for magic and miracles. Jane really liked the term health defense. Yes, Qigong benefits the whole energy and physical body. It works. And there's no better place than S.A.T.O.R.I to learn and practice the art. Oh, thank you.
Beautiful.
People say they slept great. Judy says, last night while I was in bed, my body kept tingling from head to toe and it felt awesome.
Amazing. Okay, we're almost ready to share our screen in a couple of slides and things. While I set that up, Sabrina, I think you had one more thing you wanted to share. What was that? And I'm just going to put this up for a moment.
Do you remember when it was? And that was your cue for me to remember?
That's my cue for you to remember. Almost ready, guys.
I think just what I want to share for any people that are new, that this is really for everyone, for whatever level you are currently experiencing in your health and vitality, wherever you are on the healing journey. There's a few people here today who are saying that they're confined to a chair sometimes or more of the time. We have a lot of students confined to a chair, either long going or when they first come to us. So just do the movements that work for you currently. And as you do them and the energy is flowing more, you can see what happens from there. So we have many people who are here for healing, but we also have many people who are here, like Laura said in the chat, I'm here because I'm getting ahead of it. I'm preventing a lot of things, right? Like I'm doing this to prevent sarcopenia. I'm doing this because osteoporosis runs in my family and I want to get out ahead of it. And then we have people here who have been here for a while. They're like, I'm feeling really good, so I'm not going to stop doing this. But we really try to make the conversation inclusive so that everyone of all ages and all levels can learn and up-level from where you currently are.
And there you have it. Thank you. Perfect.
You're welcome.
Okay. I was just clearing up the screen, as you could see there, so we can dive into this presentation. So from our hearts to yours and your brain, our intention is that what we share with you isn't about us, but it's about a path that you can travel, and you can look at some of the unfoldment of our journey and see where you are on your journey and figure out what piece of this fits for you. So we've done our best with putting this presentation together to reverse engineer the healing that took place in our life. We are one, we call ourselves Trisbrina. And my little angel here came in really strong on the journey. Still here.
No, they'll hear.
They'll hear. They'll hear. But together we made a pact that we would do everything we could to help other people heal and thrive. And so that's the reason, that's the intention behind this presentation. And we want to give you a very clear path to have everything you want in your life. And we really believe that this can be a big turning point for you. So lean in, take notes, be an open-minded skeptic if you have to. Just stay open, as Sabrina said, to possibility and then probability.
Especially if you've tried things and you've had success, but it hasn't stuck. Like you tried that EFT or you tried this, you tried that, and everything helped, but sooner or later it just didn't seem to keep moving the needle, or you slipped back. You lost the weight, you gained the weight, right? You were less achy and now you're achy again, or you were less achy but you're not feeling good yet. I think this is really perfect for you because it also not only shows you how we healed, but how we continue to heal and maintain it.
We're also going to speak really fast because people appreciate that. They appreciate learning in a shortened amount of time because we're all so busy. So we're going to do our very best to really try to finish on time and get you all the information you need. So here we go.
Ready? Go.
3, 2, 1. Okay, and we're done. Just kidding. Here we go. So this is our mind-body map based on the S.A.T.O.R.I method. That's an acronym. It'll come full illumination as we go. So let's have a quick review. You all remember that we are looking at the 3 stages of development in the method: unblocking, unlocking, and unleashing. All right, and you've been learning a little bit about the method as we go. You're going to learn a lot more today. So just pay attention to that infinity because it's going to show up again later. Now, this symbol, we're going to really unpack this beautiful symbol. You've probably seen that I wear it around my neck because this symbol has given us everything. It is going to be the root underneath this method that you learned today. So in the presentation, we're going to show you how to unlock a magical power hidden within you and guide you step by step through our mind, body, spirit map. This is to help you heal aches and pains and stiffness. It can absolutely help you reverse the aging process, and we've seen it activate incredible miracles, and we want those for you in your life. So as a martial arts student, I was exposed to the mind, body, spirit triad. We've all seen it, right? It's often depicted as a triangle. That's the base level. So I, on my healing journey, started to create a mind, body, spirit toolbox because I was learning so many things. So just remember that little model right there because we're going to build upon it. In order to have like a bucket from model 1, I had to expand it into the next model because I had more things that I needed a place to put. So that's the base version. So you've probably heard of the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. You can see how it's different because even though spirit and body are in this one, the mind gets expanded into 2 buckets because you have the mental and the emotional, right? So physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. let us know in the chat if you're using this model or if you're familiar with it. So I'm going to just cut back in time a little bit and give you some backstory on this man right over here. So his name, we will affectionately call him Mr. B. He was my karate teacher. Mr. B stands for Mr. Burbage. Now, the man next to him, right here, I believe you can see this. This is...
Yeah, they can see.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Good. The man next to him is actually someone very famous.
He is familiar.
Yep, Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris.
So that was my karate teacher, my first teacher, Mr. B, trained with Chuck and became a black belt with him, and he was on his ultimate fighting team. So he won, along with Mr. Norris, many championships. These are their trophies down here. So Mr. B was my karate teacher, and he used to work us out to the point of exhaustion in class because they were hardcore, these two guys. They were really hardcore training, and I loved it. It's a lot of discipline. And he would say, there's a beautiful and powerful energy inside of you. You just need to know how to tap into it. Now, what we would do is we'd lay on our back after class and he'd dim the lights and he would just walk around the room and repeat this. But he never really told me how to tap into it. He just planted a seed. So I wanted you to meet Mr. B for a moment and let you know what he shared with me. He also used to say things like, you show me a quitter and I'll show you a loser. He's a really hardcore guy. But that statement plays out big time. So there was this journey, and I think Sabrina and I will just pop out for a moment just to share this real quick, where after getting my black belt, and my karate teacher said, go and teach, go and grow as a teacher. I opened a school in California for a little while. I had my school in Beverly Hills. Sabrina and I ended up being here in Austin, Texas, which is a thriving place to have a martial arts school. So I started to build my school and taking the teachings that my sensei had given me. And I had a goal. My goal was I'm going to build the largest school in Austin, Texas. That was a goal. I was young. I was in my early 20s. I was ambitious, and it was fun, and I was driven. Guess what? I did it. We ended up with over 450 active students. It was a huge school. Now, in order to help make sure that the techniques of martial art that I was teaching girls going off to college, mommies, daddies, kids getting bullied at school, I would wear these suits. They look like hockey gear almost. And I would make my students punch me full force and tackle me and knock me down as I played the role of the bad guy. Because I wanted to know that if somebody is ever assaulted, I trained them as best I could to defend, to escape, to survive. Now, one day while teaching one of these self-defense classes...
And we were extra passionate about it because I had had some altercations a few years earlier with being attacked and not really having the strategies that I needed. My main strategy was I got to be smarter and run fast.
Great strategy.
Great strategy.
In LA, she had a rope around her neck. She's had a knife up against her belly. I mean, she had some very scary things happen. Mm-hmm. So we were very passionate about these skills and also making sure, and it's the same way with what we teach today with energy arts. We need to know that what we're teaching and what we're giving is authentic, is real, and won't hurt someone. If you give someone a skill in martial arts and it doesn't really work and you overbuild their confidence and then they go and get in a situation and it doesn't work, you're to blame.
Yeah.
So the same way with the energy arts, people hurt themselves all the time. And so we have to make sure. Anyway, the slide that you're about to see is because of this thing that happened where I was teaching, I was getting beaten down. We shared a little bit the other day about cutting the like if you're driving your car and you look on the dashboard and a red light comes on,
check engine,
and you're like, I'm too busy, I got to keep serving or whatever, and you go under and you cut the wire and then you can keep going. I was doing that. I kept cutting the wire with my meditation techniques and getting massages and but my body was giving me a lot of signals.
And we see a lot of people doing that when they make taking care of others more important than taking care of themselves. So they're cutting their own check engine light off because, I need to care for these people and these people. But it's not solving the problem, and you won't be around and you won't have the strength and energy to help those other people unless you take time to care for yourself.
And so here I am trying to support 450 people and do all this really good stuff, but I'm not taking care of myself. Right? So raising my hand, that was silly, but you got to learn the way you got to learn, right? So I was teaching the self-defense class. Something went wonky in my lower back that I'd been ignoring for a while. A shooting pain shot in on the left side, right around the lower lumbar, and it shot down the left leg, and it dropped me to my knees. I was in the middle of teaching a movement. I just dropped to my knees. Now, I could always get up. Could always get back up. I've been punched, kicked, choked. You've heard some of the story. But not this day. I couldn't get up. So they carried me out of my dojo that day. And it was about 2 months that I was just in my bed without really being able to get up at all. And then I went and started seeing therapists and healers and eventually a doctor and then eventually a surgery. And then $90,000 later, I found myself one night crawling on my floor.
Years have passed that he could hardly move, just so you know how long it's been, where how does he get his shoes on? I'm helping him put his shoes on, a special car, a handicap seat. How can he run a martial arts school when he can't teach? He can't. Other people covering his classes, so he's watching videos on how to build a website. Like, how can he contribute from laying flat?
Yeah, we're on about year 3, and there's this moment of crawling on the floor in my house, trying to get on the toilet, and I can't get on the toilet. So this is the moment that I consider ending my life. It's the scariest thought I've ever had, and I'm feeling really bad about it and so much shame because I've always been the sensei and the strong, wise one that could fix everything, and now I can't fix it. And the doctors can't fix it. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. Peace up. I just can't live this anymore. I lost my identity. You talked about identity is so important. So if you're going through anything like that right now, we so feel you and know what that's like. Some call it the dark night of the soul, this particular moment. So it was in this moment that I made a deal. I made a deal with the divine. And I asked that if I could be healed, I would do everything and anything I could. Now, during the time that I was making this deal, I heard my karate teacher's voice. Not only did I hear him say, "You show me a quitter, I'll show you a loser," and I'm arguing with him. He's actually not in his body anymore. He had since transitioned, unfortunately, due to cancer. So he's kind of part of my universal team, if you will. And I'm talking to him, I'm talking to God, and I'm making this deal. And then it dropped in. There's a powerful, beautiful energy inside of you. His words, planted in my subconscious mind all those years ago back in Malibu, California, as a young man. There's a powerful, beautiful energy inside you. You just have to learn how to tap into it. And so now I'm saying, God, please teach me how to tap into this energy. Well, that was a shifting point because I moved from victim consciousness into, if I could be healed, I'll use this to help others get out of physical pain and emotional pain. I was parking my Jeep at a place called Whole Foods here in Austin, and right next to Whole Foods, which is a health food store, was a bookshop. And in between those two buildings was one of those big boards, like these cardboard, what are those called?
Pegboards, where you could hang your flyers and tear the little number
all
down
the new
bottom.
age stuff was there. And there was a flyer for this workshop about the art of Qigong. Somebody was visiting from China. And truth be told, I had always made fun of energy work and energy martial arts and Tai Chi. I just thought it was a bunch of nonsense. Like that's energy. You know, like I made fun of it. I thought it was super woo-woo.
Me too.
But when you're at the bottom of the...
Or I'll do that when I get really old.
when I can't move anymore. I was in my mid-30s at this time, and I had to stop. I had to stop and open up and be willing to try something different. When you're at the bottom of your rope, end of your rope, and you're just like, maybe I should go to that. Maybe I should try. And what I found out was it's based on an ancient martial arts that the Shaolin monks used and developed to become very strong, formidable fighters and healers. And so I started learning more and stopped projecting and judging. I became more of an open-minded skeptic. And I went to the program. And you know what? I loved it. I took the whole thing on the ground, but I felt energy between my hands.
Meaning he couldn't stand up to take the class. So
I could usually stand for a couple of minutes. Like I could get from my car into a building, but after standing for just a couple minutes, I would always have to sit down or lay down. That was my situation. But even still, I could feel the energy laying down. So when people say to us, can I do this if I'm in a chair or I'm in a bed? Yes, because you're working with your nervous system and you're working with your breath and you're working with your life force with where you're at. Now, I'm still working with the energy as a high-level athlete again. So it's not like it's just for people who are injured or wounded. It's for all degrees of energy optimization. So we'll jump back over here because I took the workshop and my body started to feel better quickly. In fact, I finally felt very grounded. I was having some issues with my meditation where I felt very top-heavy. My meditations were still strong, but I was using them to leave my body. Remember we talked about cutting the wire? Mm-hmm. I now was back in my body and feeling what I needed to feel rather than ignoring it. Mm-hmm. And I could feel the blockages clearing. I still had mobility issues in my lower back, but I was getting better. Now, one day I went to Sabrina's house. She had a little dance studio downstairs, and I would go in front of the mirrors and I would practice my Qigong moves there because I wasn't back in my life force. I wasn't back in the dojo yet.
We weren't married yet.
No, she was my girlfriend. And I walked up the stairs after practicing, and I laid on Sabrina's bed, and I just was on my back, and I had my hands over my heart, just laying there. By the way, that symbol that you're seeing there, that's going to show up again later. It's called the Enso. It represents infinity, and that's painted by Zen masters. So while I was laying on the bed, I had an idea. And the idea was to take something that my Qigong teacher told me about energy entering in through the top of your head, like there's a tether of light energy that connects you with the heavens. So remember we talk about heaven chi and earth chi, and that the center of the body is like a conduit pathway, and the energy can spiral and swirl down through the body. And I knew about Kundalini Yoga, that it could come from the root up, and I actually used to feel some of that energy vibrating through my spine, but I had never really felt it coming from the top down. So while I was laying there, I decided to mentally direct the energy as light through the center of my body. Not only was I directing the light through my body, but I had watched a movie that talked about little peptides, neural peptides in the brain, little molecules, that when you have certain thoughts, those molecules are released by the brain, they go down into the body and they attach on receptor sites and they impart information. So if it's stress, those neural peptides release stress, adrenaline, epinephrine, cortisol into the body, and they cause the tissues to hurt more. But when you're in openness and gratitude, which is where I was, laying on my back with my hands on my heart, and I was just grateful. I honestly was just feeling grateful that I was found a path, I'd found a practice that was helping. And the gratitude, I think, helped me to understand something. It started to kind of teach me, and we'll explain that in a moment. So I got this idea to fuse the neural peptide imagery with the light. And as soon as I did that, and I was hands on my heart, and I just was laying there, I envisioned the energy pouring through my body like my body was a river. And right in my lower back, where the surgery had been, all of a sudden this energy went whoosh, and it shot from the top of my head down through my spine into the tight area. It felt like an energy cyst was just blocked. It started to tingle, and then it whoosh, opened. And then the energy shot down my leg. Now, mind you, my leg had been numb for years, and I couldn't even feel the bottom of my foot. Now my foot was tingling, my leg was tingling, and I'm crying like a baby because I figured something out. I finally tapped into the energy. Remember what Mr. B said, there's a powerful, beautiful energy inside of you. You just have to learn how to tap into it. I was bawling, guys, because he didn't tell me, but I figured it out. I finally figured it out. And then my body started to heal so much faster because I reset and cleared the block. Within 2 months, I was back in my school teaching again. There was some things that needed to be done during that 2-month phase, and that's what we teach in our Life Force school. Remember, our school is not just for healing. It's a whole lot more than you're going to see. But for somebody who wants to heal their body, you do the right thing in the right way. And there were still some things we had to learn. Mm-hmm. We didn't know what they were yet. And that's why I made a deal with the divine that I would help other people. So part of that deal was I've got to reverse engineer it. What exactly did I do? It wasn't just laying there and visualizing. There were things that I did in advance. Okay? So we're going to continue. And we're going to teach you how do we unlock this thing. So it was like unlocking a direct connection. The energy and the molecules, they all blended together and shot through my body. So what happened? Well, let's take a look. We went on the mission. How do we make sure that whatever this is that we're going to pay forward is repeatable and teachable? So it all started with a symbol that I showed earlier. Mm-hmm. While I was learning Qigong, the teacher would always talk about the Wu Ji, that circle I showed you, and the yin and the yang energies coming back into balance. So many things are about to come together. So if you've been getting a little antsy, jump around, drink some water, and lean in, because here it comes. This is the Wu Ji. It equals oneness. That's what it means. Remember the Enso circle I just showed you that the Zen masters paint? Okay, that's where you start in your practice. You start at spirit center, where everything is in oneness. Now, we're not necessarily in oneness when we start, but over time, we do come back to oneness. So let's take a look at this oneness. Well, remember our base model, spirit, body, and mind? Okay, great. So spirit is represented here as a circle. Now, when you take the Wu Ji and you split it, it becomes yin and yang. We could say spirit, if you guys can see the triangle over here, right? Here's spirit, here's the body, and here's the mind, that trifecta. Well, can you see it right in here? There's the triangle. But what happens to create the symbol that is so wonderful, and you'll see why, is you bring them back together like that. So this is the yin and the yang symbol that I wear, and that martial artists use, and many people use for balance.
Yeah, the black dot in the middle of the white there's a little bit of yin in your yang.
Right there.
And a little bit of yang in your yin.
That's right. So what is yin and yang? How is it represented in our day-to-day life? Well, it's in the contrast in our camera. It's in the polarities within our batteries. Mm-hmm. It's within our human beings, masculine and feminine.
Some people say, sunrise, sunset, the ebb of the ocean.
Yep, in and out.
In and out.
It's everywhere. It is life itself. So to live a life in balance is we are trying to create that yin and yang balance within ourselves and within our lives. Imagine if it was only always just hot, right? Or only always just cold. We would be out of balance. We need the blend. And this down the middle here, that little line right there looks sort of like an S. We call that the flow line or the balance line. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so
there won't be a test.
No test, don't worry. But this is to bring massive clarity. If you understand mental construct and a framework, you can take it and you can use it. You can use it to figure out how all the things that you are learning fit together. So here we go. We have spirit, Wu Ji, boundless, limitless, oneness, infinity. It becomes the yin and the yang. Balance, harmony, contrast, opposites. Now, do you remember the second model that I showed you? Physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Well, Sabrina and I were confused by this model, even though I was using it for buckets. So what do I mean by buckets? Well, I was taking all the things that I knew physically and putting them in my book. I would have a journal, like, okay, I know stretching, stretch my fascia. I know take herbs, right? Get a massage, hot and cold showers, like all the things you can do for your physical body. Get a shot, get a manipulation with a chiropractor.
Cold plunge.
So I was putting all the things in, and I was tracking. I was like, which ones are helping and which ones are harming? Because some things that we do don't help at all, right? Mm-hmm. And then mental, I was like, okay, I'm doing visualizations and affirmations, and I'm doing goal setting, and I was working with hypnotherapy and releasing and primal releasing for my emotions. I was doing all these things. And in here, spiritual, I was putting my prayer, my introspection and meditation work, right? But this one, spiritual, kept bugging us. We were like, but everything comes from spirit. How can it be one of four? And so we started working with a different model, and that's what we're going to show you. So here we are. There's physical, there's mental, there's emotional, there's spiritual, right? Well, physical body, conscious mind. We're shifting the conversation just a little bit. We all know we have a conscious mind.
Conscious mind is the part of the mind where you are actively focusing on something. You are learning, you are attempting to think about something or problem solve.
And often when we're in our conscious mind, we've been talking a little bit about brain waves. Up in here, we're in often the beta brain waves. But then we have the subconscious mind, right? So down here, subconscious.
Mm-hmm. Subconscious mind might be, all the thoughts that are going on when you're not trying to think.
That's right.
When you drive somewhere and you're like, how the crap did I get here? I haven't even
I don't
seen
even remember
the road.
driving.
Yeah.
Now the subconscious mind, the brain waves start changing from beta and they start dropping down into alpha, low alpha, and even deeper. And that's how you get in there. You have to shift your brain waves. Okay, let's keep going. Now, remember spirit oneness, one of four. We're just not feeling it. It doesn't belong here. We're going to put it right where we think it belongs, is in the center of all of them.
Because that's who we are. That's what S.A.T.O.R.I is based on, that in the center of everything that we do is that reverence to spirit, is that heart.
And we remember the triangle, body, mind, and spirit. Well, we have body, mind, and spirit. It's all right there. But hold up. So we put it right there in the center. Well, we've got two minds, right? You see that down there? Two minds.
The conscious mind and the subconscious mind.
And you know how yin and yang, everything splits, right? This mind here would be yang. This mind would be the yin mind. Well, what if this is the yang mind? Do we have a yin body? We do. We have an energy body. We have two bodies, the energy body. We became so clear. Two minds, two bodies, one heart. Now, what we're looking at right now is the physical.
And you can, it's very obvious, but I'll say it anyway. Like the physical body, you can see it. You can touch it.
Yeah.
The conscious mind, you are actively thinking about something. You are problem solving. You are memorizing. Subconscious mind flies under the ground sometimes. It's like the best personal assistant. It says, whatever you've been thinking, I'll just keep thinking that for you, whether it's good or bad. And the energy body, you can't really see it. You can't thump on it. It's again, flies under the radar. It's softer.
But we can access it, and that's the good news. Okay, let's bring this home. So we put red around the physical body, and the reason for that, you see the little bit of red around it, is because that's where most of us start. When it comes to healing or doing something in the physical world, we go physical, because we're physical beings. So I was doing mainly physical treatments for my back. Shots, massages, chiropractic, right? All that kind of stuff. Lots of physical. Hanging upside down, hydrotherapy, you name it, I tried it, including surgery. All right, let's continue. Conscious mind. I was using my conscious mind to think about what I should go and do and then go and do it. Okay, cool. Now, energy body. I started to get into things like acupuncture. And I knew that you use your physical body to get to the energy body. I was doing energy breathing, but I was focusing on my physical body. Fix this, fix this, fix this. Well, we're going to have a shift here. It wasn't working. I was getting temporary relief. Now, when I started working with my subconscious mind, I got the most relief. doing hypnotherapy and trying to work on some of the patterns that had gotten stuck down in this area. I would do a conscious mind thing, like I would say an affirmation from up here in my top level mind, and it would help a little bit. And I would get acupuncture, and it would help a little bit, right? But nothing gave me lasting results. I was still super frustrated. Okay, let's take a look at the sub-awareness level. So everything below the 2 top level, which is usually where people will focus, their physical body, or they'll start to get into personal development and mindset. But the real magic, you guys know this, it happens down underneath sub-awareness. You've got to go into the deeper mind. And for healing the physical body, I started to discover I've got to go into the energy body. Okay, so we're going to continue. So instead of focusing conscious mind to physical body, I changed it. I needed to get into the subconscious layer. And what I found out was all the affirmations I was doing up here, trying to get my physical body to change with an affirmation, right? Up here, like this. This way. I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me. My body is strong and healthy. Meanwhile, your subconscious mind is going, that's a bunch of BS.
That's not true.
You don't feel great. You don't look great. It's a bunch of BS. It totally cancels it out. You know, it doesn't work. So I started sending my affirmations in this direction. So that's why the arrow points down now. So I think you guys to understand that, you've got to get into the alpha brainwave and do the work at that level. But wait, there's more. Instead of doing acupuncture and breath work to try to change my physical body in this direction, you guys can see that here, the arrow going up. I was like, oh no. I've got to do it to affect my subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind is so important. Now what you're looking at right here, for any of you who have ever done EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, this is the framework for Emotional Freedom Technique, which we're certified in under Gary Craig. So you take an awareness of what you want to address. While you're tapping, you use your physical body to tap on your energy body, and you're focusing on shifting energy in your subconscious mind. That's one example is EFT. And what happens is you get a big outcropping into the physical body and the emotional mind. But this is how and why something like that works so well. Even Qigong. Qigong is the same thing. You're working through the physical body actually into the energy body while you're calming your mind and getting into the subconscious mind and the deeper layers of the body mind, because your mind doesn't just live in your brain, it lives in your body, and then it's affecting your physical body. So this is a really important epiphany here. Let's drive this home a little bit more. So think about this. The seeds are thoughts, right? So up here we have the seeds of positive thinking, affirmations, etc. But what we've got to do with the seeds is we've got to plant them down in the soil. So that's why you want to go into the subconscious layer, get into the alpha brainwave, the meditative state. So we know how important it is to have fertile soil. The subconscious mind is where you're going to grow those seeds. But now what do seeds need? They need water and light. When you're working with energy, especially in Qigong, we often use visualizations of light, energy, feelings of water, and your energy body is sending that information into that subconscious layer. It's so important. And what do you get when you give the right seeds in the right soil, the right sunlight, water, and environment? Well, oopsie, you get a beautiful flower. You get the flowering of physical health and vitality. So what you're seeing here is a manifestation map. Thoughts, seeds, planted in the soil, nurtured by water and light, will grow whatever your seeds are. So the information of these seeds is really important. You plant negative seeds, you're going to get weeds. Cool? Okay. All right, let's drive this home now. So here's something cool. People ask, well, how does the Wu Ji, this is the Wu Ji, how does it turn into yin and yang? And the best explanation that I can give you is there is energy in the universe, creative energy, that wants to express and expand. This universe is about expansion. And the universe has a desire to expand. So that internal energy within the Wu Ji, the desire, creates these two beautiful circles. Now, I'm going to show you how they're created with this little tool here.
It's a tool.
This is a tool. If you have the Wu Ji and you apply energy and desire to express to it, it starts to morph and move and spiral,
Like
right?
DNA.
Like DNA. Everything's moving and spiraling, and there you have it. This is known as the infinity symbol. Can you see it inside the depiction here? Okay? So that's coming from energy moving and circulating.
It happens after conception, right? That cell splits into two.
Mitosis, exactly. Now, what's so interesting about that is when you look closer, you can see the yin and yang inside of it, right? Can you see it in this symbol here? You see the flow line? What if you kept going? You would see the infinity that we're talking about. Well, this is very interesting, and this is where we're going to bring up order, because this is the order in the universe. Give and receive. If you just take, you're out of balance. If you just give, you're out of balance. So we want to find balance. Remember, I was laying on the bed, visualizing the golden light, and I got this idea to marry the golden light with neural peptides. Where do you think that idea came from? Where were my hands? Where were my hands? They were on my heart center. And what was I feeling?
Gratitude.
I was just grateful. I was doing better. I was able to stand up for longer. I found a good teacher. I was on my path. I was making progress, and I was just grateful.
And you were grateful because you were leaning into possibility.
I was open to, and then this idea came. Look, from here to here. Sometimes we get downloads from outside ourselves or people telling us what to do. But the brain of your being, what grandmother said, listen to your heart. I was listening and I went, do this. Check this out. So I'm laying on the bed, I'm directing the light. Let's look at where this is on the map. The physical body, right there. I had just done my Qigong. And I was working with my energy body and was feeling great. And I was focusing my mind into my subconscious. But something else. Do you see what just happened? You see the energy moving? This is important. I'm sending the energy from my energy body to my subconscious mind. Think about where he just put his hands on his heart. So rather than the energy going this way, I moved it through my heart center and I got an idea. This is where you own your mind.
In your conscious mind.
Yes, so it went this way. And then my conscious mind fed that into my subconscious, and what happened? All the tingles in my physical body, the energy went down my leg. I had a healing moment. Well, do you see what's there? Let me make it really clear. All of that was happening from my heart-brain coherence. Do you see the infinity? I remember the day that we were mapping this out, trying to figure out how to teach this to others, and I saw that when I put my hands and I brought my energy through my heart, that there was an infinity inside the practice, and it blew us away. We were like, oh my gosh. Let's bring it all together. This discovery. The yin and yang lives within you. It's in the center of your being. There's the seeds, the soil, the water, the light. S, we created a system. Stimulate the physical body first. That's the very first thing that we do. Tapping, bouncing, squeezing, shaking.
Fascia.
Then we go next way. Where do we go next? We go into the energy body. We drop down into where the energy body is, and we activate the energy within the body with Qigong. Then what do we do? What did we do on day 3? We moved into heart center and we tapped in and tuned in to that inner knowing. And then what happens? Well, you're having it right now. You start owning your mind. New thoughts, new seeds coming from your heart, not from other people telling you what to do, but listening to the brain of your being. You own your mind. Then what happens? Well, as you go deeper in our work, We rewrite the story. Sabrina was talking about identity. Old identity living in the subconscious mind is going to keep Xeroxing again and again and again the injury, the dis-ease, the discomfort, the emotional discord. We must rewrite the story. And then what happens? It has to become integrated. And you know how you integrate? Consistency, mastery, making it a way of life.
And when something has worked for you, it may be that you were focusing on one of the areas, maybe just the physical body or just the energy body, but that consistency of the infinity sign that consistently is bringing into alignment and attunement physical body and energy body, conscious and subconscious mind, all through heart center and spirit. That's where you continue to improve, continue to get results, and the results last because you're feeding all the pieces.
Magical things started happening after the physical healing because we started to understand S-A.T.O.R.I. Give me an S, give me an A, give me a T-O-R-I. My body. This was kind of the height of my pain. You can't really see it in the picture, but
He's 7 months pregnant right
I'm
there.
so distraught. I'm depressed. I've gained a lot of weight.
It is mind-blowing, I see in the chat, yes.
I'm miserable here. I don't even know what compelled me to take a photo of myself. I wanted to remind myself of don't let this get any worse. This was taken a few years back. I think I kind of have a similar structure now. Got my body back. We became more than friends. We fell deeply in love on this path together.
And that was in 2008.
And that's our little boy, Bentley.
And he was 6 months old, and he was our ring bearer.
We built a new, bigger dojo. We had just so many students, and then we started teaching the Qigong as well as the martial arts and the fitness, so that was super fun. And then we went online, and we're doing everything online now. We met some really cool people. This is John Assaraf. He became a business partner of ours years ago, and just magical things started happening. But the key really is the daily rituals. They finally made sense. We knew what to do and in what order. S-A.T.O.R.I. was our system. And we know this for sure. The fastest, most lasting results come with consistent implementation of the things that will bring your mind and your body and your energy back into balance. So first of all, thank you so much for your presence. We are so grateful. And now we'd love to extend a very special offering to you. We said that we had something here for you. We'd like to invite you to study the Life Force Arts directly with us consistently, not just for a few days. We have an offering. We have live classes each week. We're going to bring the training to you. You guys want to hear about it? Well, let's talk about it. Here we go. Sabrina?
Show my face.
You're back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just want to say this is a very special offer. This is an invitation to the people who are going through the 5-day energy detox and reboot event. It is time sensitive and really exciting. I'm thrilled and proud and honored to invite you to continue studying with us with this very, very special invitation. So why don't I just I kind of go through it quickly, top level, and then you can go and read the page later to drill down. And if you have any questions, you can write them in the chat and we'll address them. But here we go. We are introducing the Life Force Mastery Dojo. And dojo is like studio. So this is like an energy gym. And this is where we get together with our students virtually because I can't even imagine getting dressed and driving to go teach a class because when I do it at home, I'm already done by the time I would even get there. So we tried to make this just a no-brainer, like the easiest, most convenient way to be consistent and have transformation.
All right. Well, let's have a look. What's inside?
Well, like I said, this is from the comfort of your home, and there are 4 new live classes every week. Now, we don't expect anyone to come to all 4 live classes. Sort of like when I had a dance studio, I would have tap, jazz, ballet, modern, and people would come to the class that they were interested in. Of course, there were no replays available with these classes, which are offered at various times a day, so people on every single time zone will have an opportunity to attend some of them live, but the replays are in our membership portal within 24 hours. And you have 3 months of access to classes. So as soon as you join us, you'll have access to 3 months of classes. So if you like doing one class over and over a few times, you can do that. So let's just talk about what are those 4 classes? Well, this 5-day event has been sort of an open house and a sampling. And the first class is flowing Qigong. And I think from day 1, when we did some of the fascia freeing and the stretching, and then we moved it into the healing Qigong, that was just a sneak peek at what this weekly flowing Qigong class is like. Do you want to say something about it?
It's so much fun. Every single month there's new curriculum, so it never gets dull. It's never boring. And we are building upon something known as our Qigong energy system. So you're going to learn exactly what to do to open your fascia, to free up more mobility, to get aches and pains out of the body with these movements. You're going to learn to create more circulation, more coordination, better balance. Then we're going to pull the chi inside the body for deep healing at the organ level, in the tissues, the bones. We have standing meditations to make your tendons stronger, to get the information of you feeling connected to source energy very deep inside your energy centers, and then sitting meditations to take the energy and rise it up and get you elevated so that you're feeling super tapped in and highly conscious.
Now, another thing about that flowing Qigong class is Sensei Tristan himself teaches it. So I don't know about you, but like when I was running the ballroom dance school, somebody would come in, they would meet the master teacher. But if you were a beginner, you got somebody less experienced. That's not the way it is here at S.A.T.O.R.I. Currently, all of the classes are taught by me or Tristan, or both of us. Like this second class a week, Fitness Fusion, which is just the perfect blend of everything doctors recommend, right? They want you to work on your cardio. They want you to have more bone density. They want you to have muscle mass. They want you to have better balance. They want you to have coordination. And they want you to learn new things. Do you remember those old, and I love Jane Fonda, and I had all her VHS tapes, but my goodness, the 30th time I did that and she told that same joke, I was spacing out.
Right.
So you're not getting that new, fresh, ongoing learning that we need with every decade of our life. We need to keep learning. Those are the brain benefits. That one currently is on Saturday mornings at 10:30 Texas time. The flowing Qigong is currently on Thursday morning at 8:30 a.m. Texas time, unless we're traveling, and then it gets moved around a little bit.
But the replay is available in under 24 hours typically,
that's
and
right.
it's in high definition inside your private academy, and you can watch it again and again and again for up to 3 months.
And most people do the replays
Most
from the
people do.
polls we've
That's
done.
right.
Now, the third class, and we talked about this during day 3, is the energy trifecta. What's called the M&M, right? You have your movement and your meditation and your mindset.
This is for some people their favorite, sorry to say.
Yeah.
But some people,
Some people.
We're going to tell you, some people, a lot of people, different classes they go to because that's sort of the one they need and want right now.
Right.
So a lot of folks are like, this is their class.
A lot of sitting meditation, spiritual connection. This is the class where it's going to feel like you get unplugged from all the worry and stress, confusion.
And motivation.
Everything resets, and you just feel like you've been taken to church in the best way. A full prayer of every cell of your body. And Tristan teaches that currently on Tuesday nights at 7. And then the fourth class each week is S.A.T.O.R.I Sculpt, and this is my baby girl. And we've been doing this one for a little over a year. Muscle mass and bone density begin declining in your 30s. I've been helping mainly women with their health and fitness since 1994. Thousands and thousands and thousands of women stop bone loss from happening, gain bone loss back that they had lost, increase their muscle mass, get to a weight that is a healthy weight for them, long, sculpted, lean muscles, great posture, and feel strong. Like, I'm not a huge person, but I'm strong. I want to be able to push my own cart and
Look
lift
at those
my
guns,
own bags.
man. You are strong.
Well, the weights that we use in this class, and we'll tell you all about it when you join, are like 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds. It's the excellent technique that I will guide you through that will get you the results you want. And it's so much fun. We laugh a lot. And we lift the butt that's fallen down on the back of our thighs back up where it belongs.
All right, we got some bonuses.
And that's a more advanced class. You probably wouldn't start with that class. I think you should start with flowing Qigong. And then bonuses. Yes, bonus number 1.
This
Just
event.
for giving the dojo a try, just for giving it a try, you get forever access to all 5 days of the Energy Detox and Reboot event, the event that you're in right now, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, professionally edited. You will get forever access when you join us in the dojo.
Even if you just try for a little while, you get to keep it.
And then the first one of these 5 days events that we did was called the Energy Expansion Experience. And we've had those edited and we put those inside the dojo. So as soon as you join, you can access those replays.
It's just a fun extra bonus. You see how things have grown. This was our original event, I believe. It's fun.
And then bonus number 3, we had a lot of people saying, well, don't you have something I can listen to? Like, I want to listen to something when I drive. I want to continue learning and growing and expanding and being inspired while I walk the dog, while I clean the house, just sitting around. So the VIP Club is sort of like our podcast. We have been doing these for many years. There are hundreds of recordings. You can download them. And the topic usually parallels whatever we're focused on in the dojo classes.
So dojo is a studio. It means place of transformation. That's why we use the term.
And that is once a month. So let's just do a quick overview of what I said so far, what we said so far, and what is the value. So during this event, you get all 4 programs with 1 membership. It's not like at the dance studio where I just got to come to ballet. It would be like, no, because you're attending this event, you can attend all 4 of those classes or 2 of them or 1 of them. For the price, well, you'll see. So you get the programs are the Flowing Qigong, the Fitness Fusion, the Energy Trifecta, and the S.A.T.O.R.I Sculpt. Each of those classes would be $97 a month. You get all of them. So the annual value is over $4,600 a year. And then the 3 bonuses we told you, forever access to the Energy Detox and Reboot event, January 2025. And the Energy Experience, which was a previous energy event that we did, 5 days of recordings, and then the VIP Club, which is the huge vault of audios that you can download.
VIP, Awaken Living Club. We sometimes call it the VIP Club. Okay.
All right.
Well, there's
So the total
more.
value of the bonus is $1,758. And then, I think Tristan should talk about this. This is called Victoria's bonus. And we added this bonus, it would be 2.5 years ago. Mm-hmm. Why don't you turn the camera on?
Okay. This morning, do I have her?
She's right there by your phone.
This is my mom. Her name is Victoria. And she passed away a couple of years ago during the event that we had in July. She actually passed on my birthday, and it was the beginning of the event, July 16th. She was in Bali. She unfortunately contracted COVID. She was in a hospital in Bali where they don't have the same type of medicine they have here in the States. And I won't go into all the details, but I couldn't be with her. I only got to see her on a phone for a little while, and it seemed that she was getting better. But then they ran out of respirators, which was needed for her condition. She couldn't breathe. And my sweet mama sent me a text on my birthday at 2 a.m. saying, "Happy birthday, son." And I was so hopeful she was pulling through, the fact that she could even use her phone. Then I got a call from my younger brother at 6 a.m. that she had transitioned. It was very devastating, very intense, and we were in the middle of an event with like 10,000 people like this. So I couldn't process it. I had to stay focused on the event, so I had to keep it inside. On day 4, I couldn't keep it inside anymore. I lost it. But what happened the morning of day 4 is why we have this bonus for you. I was in the shower preparing, and for some reason the shower and water, it's a conductor of energy, boom, it just hit. And I had massive grief and tears and crying and releasing and screaming and all the things. And then there she was. And she's beautiful. I know that we don't die, but I was missing my mama, and there she was. My mother struggled with technology, and I've been creating courses alongside Sabrina here for over a decade. And I would always give them to my mom. Mom, do this Qigong, do this meditation, do this. Oh, honey, I can't. I don't know how to log in. And I would just chalk it up to, like the technology, she couldn't do it. So what she tells me energetically in the shower is, you need to help people understand how to log in, use the technology, play the videos correctly, how to get the emails working, all of it. You need to do something to teach people who didn't grow up with this like you. And I didn't grow up with it either, really. I don't have a phone or a computer. I just learned it later in life when my back was jacked up and I started working on a computer. And I got that loving download from my mom. And so I said, Sabrina, we got to do something.
Because we feel like, if she had access to so many of our trainings, maybe things could have been different.
So we put this bonus together where we would get on Zoom with all of our new students, and we would teach you everything you need to know so that you can be successful with this. And no, I don't know anyone who does this like this. We are so all in with you. And we are going to make sure everyone and you can meet some of the other students at this event. It'll happen after we could, a little bit past, the doors are going to close, and then we'll have this special time, and we'll celebrate my mama for a minute too. But we're going to teach you how to absolutely use this when you invest in this program.
Whether you want to watch live in a Facebook group or on YouTube, how to do that, how to comment, how to log on to the membership site, how to find the classes that you want to watch on replay, how do you access the bonuses. So we will teach you all those things, and if you want to attend the live Zoom, you can ask questions. And then some people are like, well, what if I just have an iPad? What if I have a laptop? So there's different questions, and we kind of know what they are from doing this for a few years. And so far, we're at 100% of the people that have joined have 100% been able to use the program. No one is left behind because they don't know how to log in and access what they have. And also, it's one of the only times you can comment with us and get responses because we're not in the inbox. But Nicole and Rachel can help you with technical questions when you email.
So it'll go above and beyond this special bonus. Thank you, everyone, for the sweet sentiments and comments about my mom. I so appreciate. Thank you. So, Victoria, we're still sharing, because of you, this offering and this bonus to help everybody get the most out of this program. So thank you, Mom, for always being here. And she was on my altar this morning, and I told her I was going to be talking about her. So I know she's feeling this. Okay. So we didn't put a price on it because you can't really.
It's priceless. And then you know how we've been saying during the energy event, I'm all in. So we call our annual membership the all in membership. And if it's the first time you've ever been all in with us and you join for a year because of the great discounts and the extra bonuses, we're also going to give you a special one pay bonus. So the people who join with the one pay, and this is one of our most popular programs, Good Morning, Good Evening Qigong. Thousands and thousands of people have purchased it for $297. It culminates with a 10-minute morning and a 10-minute evening routine. It's a program we did with Peter Ragnar, and you get that program, and it's yours to keep forever when you join us all in with the one pay.
And by the way, Peter Ragnar is a wonderful teacher, Qigong teacher, and he's in his 80s. And wait till you see him move in his 80s and what he can do. It's very inspiring.
Now, this next bonus, we have never done anything like this before with our dojo invitation. And if you're seeing this on the page, it's still available. I don't think we'll leave it up for very long because it's a lot for us. And this is that all annual members. Now, this is if you renew an annual membership and you're already in the dojo, you can renew early, or a new annual, $250 S.A.T.O.R.I cash voucher that is good for a full year, and you can use that towards a certification program we offer this year. Probably we're forgetting about 70% of the people who do our certification programs aren't planning on teaching. They just want a deeper dive into the art. So you will have that on your file for a full year. And then annual members also get a free ticket to our Live and Thrive event. That is a 3-day virtual event on Zoom where we really dive deeper into energy and we really talk about that mind-body connection. The dojo classes are yes, we talk about the mind, but they're really about the physical body. And I feel like Alive and Thrive really helps us peek on the other side. We really look at manifestation and creation.
So we realize that there's a lot there for you. The bonuses are our way to incentivize you and inspire you to say yes to you. The main offering here is the 4 programs with the weekly classes that you can pick and choose. You can do 1 or all 4. Some people come a couple times a month because it's so affordable to be able to be a part of this. Let's land the plane here, and how much is this thing going to cost me? What's the big question, right?
What is this?
All right.
Okay, so remember, you get the 4 trainings, you get the 3 bonuses, including the replays of the event. You get the all-in bonuses when you do the all-in, the Good Morning, Good Evening Qigong, the $250 cash voucher, a ticket to Alive and Thrive. That totals almost $8,000. But right now, people who join us, it's only $970 for a full year. For a full year. Okay, that's almost $7,000 in savings. And I'm so proud of this offering because I know that at the end of 1 year, you are going to feel and think better. If you're joining us live right now, just look at the chat filling up with comments from our students. And the link, SatoriMethod.com/dojo. And if you're just not able right now or not ready to do that all-in plan, we did make a monthly option. And so what we'll do is we'll show you side by side how those look. You can cancel either one at any time, but there are no refunds. So if we look at them side by side, we call the monthly plan the Grasshopper. We call the annual plan the All-In. And as you can see, they both have the choice of all 4 classes with the replays, 3 months of replays. They both have the event recording bonuses, the Energy Experience bonus, and the Awaken Living Club podcast. They both have Sweet Victoria's bonus. But where they get a little different, and that's so the Grasshopper is just $97 a month, and you do get forever access to all 5 days of the Energy Detox and Reboot event to keep forever just for giving it a try.
Can I point that out again? It's only $97 a month to get started with all of this goodness that you've seen right here on this left side. And you can go to that link, SatoriMethod.com/dojo, and we're going to put it in the chat in just a moment so you guys can see that there. Feel free to do that, maybe Joanna or Bonnie, if you can. Thank you guys.
But then if you join us as all-in, what you get extra, if with the OnePay new members get Good Morning, Good Evening Qigong, and you have forever access to that from inside the membership portal. You get the $250 cash voucher, good for a year, to be used towards a certification like Qigong, breathwork, meditation, life coaching, and a ticket to the 3-day virtual event, Alive and Thrive, which will be done on Zoom. We'll announce the date later. We usually do that in a couple months after you have time to get used to the dojo classes so that it isn't overwhelming. So when you join us for the annual all-in, you actually save 2 months on your tuition. So you get 10 months for the price of 12 plus all those additional bonuses.
There's so much value in that.
So
There's
affordable.
so many gifts. The live event worth $1,000. But you know the ultimate bonus? The ultimate bonus is the results that you get from making that kind of commitment. Consistency is the mother of transformation. We've been dipping some toes here and it feels yummy, right? Our toes feel good. What if you put your whole body into this experience and give that gift to yourself and a supportive environment? You're around the most positive human beings. We all have naysayers around us. We have some bad examples around us. We have some old programming that sometimes takes us down the wrong path. But when you're saturated by and inspired consistently, you're hearing and seeing other people staying on track. It helps you stay on track. We're teaching you the nuances, the sequencing, and you're getting these pops and opens, and pops meaning insights, and greater comprehension leads to greater results, and greater results leads to greater motivation, and motivation leads to consistency. What were the top 2 things people struggle with? Motivation, consistency, and the third, time. We pack these classes, we push out replays. Time is not the issue. We've solved motivation, we've solved consistency, and we've solved time.
And doable.
And we make it freaking fun.
Yeah, that's true. Answer some of the questions coming in the chat. Yes, if you want to attend all 4 classes, you can. And then someone saying, but I like to do Qigong every day. So she said what she likes to do is the brand new flowing Qigong. And then on other days, she does replays because you have 3 past months of replays. So there's always fresh and new materials. And then we do that for cognition and for the brain. The Fitness Fusion and the Satori Sculpt class, we are pretty much doing the whole time. I would say those are between, probably about 45 minutes, those classes. And then the flowing Qigong and the energy trifecta, that's where you get a little bit more of the education and the softer movement. So someone in the chat said, when I started, I just attended those 2 classes for the first few months. And once I got stronger, I tried something else. So there isn't a wrong way or a right way to do it. It's sort of like a big buffet. And it's like, what shall I eat today?
Absolutely. I'm going to just put this in here for you so that it shows up in both places.
Yeah, and so some of the classes, again, addressing the questions. So we're in Texas, so we do some early morning, some mid-morning, like on the weekend, and then some at night. So we vary the classes so that there's always something, regardless of the time zone. But, even when you're watching a replay, it feels so live the way that we record them.
I have another picture to share of my sensei. And this was the day that he handed me my black belt.
Aw.
And there's Mr. B and a younger Tristan. And that's what we're going to do for you, is we're going to hand you the keys to your personal transformation and mastery. And so you can earn a black belt in life, your own black belt. This is mine, the one that was handed to me. And this is consistency. When you show up and you do the work, it becomes ingrained. It becomes a part of you. It's not like the New Year's resolution, where I'm going to do it, and then it falls off because the old programming kicks back. This is identity building. This is what consistency does with good mentorship. I could have never earned this without him. No way.
Yeah.
And he had a path that Chuck Norris showed him. He had a system, and I learned the system, and that's what we're going to do for you, is we're going to teach you how to gain mastery. Now, my inspiration came from this book when I was a little boy, and I only just realized this the other day. I put this on my altar, and I was looking at it.
I didn't get that.
That's okay, Sari. Thank you. Do you see the picture, how there's a man, Asian man with a martial art pants, and then there's a man on the ground with shoes, like trousers and shoes, like a businessman? Well, I realized that, and this was over 50 years ago. I got this when I was like 7 years old. So this book's 50 years old. That's crazy. And all inside is pictures of men doing weird martial art techniques on each other, and it talks about mastery, and so it planted seed in my little brain. But what I saw was the yin and the yang, and the yang, and I saw the east and the west. I never realized that until recently. It was the east and the west, and this book was a foreshadowing of what we were going to be doing. We're bringing these teachings from the east, and we're helping them to be palatable and digestible and understandable in the West.
Bringing
and we're
the
bringing
science.
the science. And we're bringing our own personal journey and our story, just like Mr. B did for me. He inspired me. He made it so fun to earn my mastery level. And we're going to make it so fun for you. And there's a complete system. It's so easy to follow. We showed you the system today. What's underneath, that's a mental construct. And so we'll teach you how, and we're going to give you a copy of this. This will be the replay, and there's many more things when you join the dojo.
Tina just wrote in the chat, when I first joined the dojo in 2021, I didn't even know how to turn on a computer. But after attending Victoria's bonus with their excellent tutoring, I now have been attending on the regular and I love it. And Yvette said, don't forget to tell you guys that there's also something called a kata carousel. And it's like these kind of routines. What would you say they are, like 15 minutes?
Yep.
That you can just scroll to, like little daily routines to choose from inside the membership site. How long will this offer be available? It depends on when you're watching this video, but there's a timer on the page. When the timer gets to 0, it's not available anymore. It's only available at this price and with bonuses during this event.
So make sure you write this link down, satorimethod.com/dojo.
And it is a membership, so when you sign up for the first month and you get the 50% off rate of $97, you're locked in at that reduced rate because of the special event. And you will be, your membership will renew every month at $97 and until, if you wanted to end it, you would email and ask Nicole to cancel your membership. The same thing with the all-in annual, except when your year is over, it doesn't renew as an annual, it renews as a monthly, and you're asked if you would like to take advantage of the extreme discount again. And if you do, we can help you with that.
Amazing. Well, unless there's any more questions, I feel like you understand now way more about what we have available to you. We've been telling you about this Life Force School, this dojo. So the classes take place in this environment as well as one downstairs you haven't seen yet. That's our angel room. It's really beautiful. We've got so much in store for you. You're going to absolutely love the experience. It's easy if you're doing the monthly plan, easy cancellation
The
at any
people
time.
are so fun and so supportive. We have such a great time during class. Like Laura's saying, the community is loving, supportive, informational, and playful, and each class is an invitation to heal, learn, grow, manifest, and up-level. So these are our students, and when people come together and they love doing this so much, it's contagious. Somebody said yesterday, these are the only classes I look forward to. She said, I used to not want to come to movement classes. Now I can't wait.
We like bringing playfulness, silliness, a little comedy, we can get serious, but not in a heavy way. We take it seriously.
Yeah.
The work we're doing is important.
You'll see tomorrow how some of the fun stuff.
You will. And you
Day
just
5.
do what you can do right now. When you join the dojo, you're going to get loved on, just so you know. You're going to get a couple of follow-up emails that show you how to log in. You're going to get instant access inside the academy. There's a new student dojo, and then there's the regular dojo. You'll go into the new student dojo. It explains everything. Just take a breath. Imagine if you signed up to a university and you go into the bookstore to get your books for your classes, and then you're visiting your class. You don't know where it is the first time.
Just relax.
And you're like, hey, do you know where the library is? Do you know where the bookshop is? Do you know where the dorms are? Like, it will take just a minute. You'll get it. And people are very helpful. And you'll find your way. And you're like, oh, I really like that class. Or I'm going to do that one right now. I'm going to do this one.
Yeah. And
you'll meet people.
We send you an email 10 minutes before each of the 4 live classes saying, here's the dashboard link. Like, it's that easy.
Like what you've been doing.
And then you either press Facebook or YouTube to join live. As soon as the class is over, then those classes are edited. And then you go to SatoriMethodAcademy.com. You have a username, which is the email you use when you register, and then you're sent a password, which you can change, and that's how you log in. And then, like Tristan said, there's the new member dojo, which is more just kind of like educational, here's what's happening, and then there's the ongoing dojo where all the replays are. And we'll go through all of this in Victoria's
I saw
bonus.
a few people have joined already. Welcome, Deb, and I missed the other ones, they were above, but thank you for placing your trust in us, and welcome.
Well, look, Laura's a member, Bonnie's a member, Anita's a member.
Yeah, we have folks who, you guys are, you'll get an email about renewals, right? So if you want to get some cool bonuses as well, just so you guys know, if this is your first time joining us, we're going to take really good care of you. We pride ourselves on being the top of the top of the top. When you look at programs online, there's a lot of shady stuff. A lot of, swindlers and people who don't deliver. And we used to be upset by that. And then we realized, let's not feed that. Here's what we're going to do. We're just going to focus on our people. We're going to focus on our school. We're going to focus on being the best we can be so that this rises and this is easier for people to find.
Yeah.
And the other stuff, it's going to fade away because people are sick and tired of being taken advantage of. They're sick and tired of signing up for things that don't deliver. They're sick and tired of the swindlers and the shenanigans and all the nonsense that's out there. You won't get that with us. You'll get straight up the way you've been experiencing us for the last 4 days. You're going to get us. And we teach all the classes. So.
And with anything regarding memberships or anything like that, you send an email to Satori at SatoriMethod.com. You can reply to any of the emails we send to you. And Nicole and Rachel will take care of you.
They're awesome.
They're really,
If you've got
really
any
awesome.
condition going on with your finances, send them an email and let them see what they can do to help you figure it out.
Now, this is the scholarship rate,
This is the
right? So what we do is we take the price as low as we can and spread
Split
it
it.
amongst a lot of people. This is the scholarship rate. So there are no rates below what you just saw, $97 a month or $970 for a full year, plus all of those bonuses.
That's right. Cool.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to put the link up for you one more time. Go and get registered. I know a couple of you need till the end of the week because you're waiting for some monies to come in.
And yes, you can. Some people are saying, can I sign up for monthly and then within 30 days upgrade to
yeah.
all in? Yes, I would suggest doing that so you secure this price. Aw, thank you. Yes, Nicole has a whole fan club. She's even gotten a few gifts sent to the house. And come tomorrow. Try to come live tomorrow.
Hey. Oh. Oh. Hi, Mama.
And bring your weights.
Love my mama.
Yes, meditation and trifecta class.
Yes. Come on, get your dojo on.
What a
So,
great day 4. Thank you so much.
Study the map. Study this thing. This unlocks so much.
We do have to use royalty-free music because we broadcast on Facebook and YouTube, but we found
Hey.
some tunes. Let's use this tomorrow. I could do this.
Much love, everybody. Thank you so much for being in our lives. We can't wait to get to know you better. And when we do Victoria's Bonus, we get to see your face if you want. You can turn your camera on. We can talk to each other. We can hang out. The world has gotten smaller, but what's really cool is we brought all the cool kids together in one place. You want to get your spiritual on. You want to get your energy on. You want to talk about stuff where people aren't judging you because you're too woo-woo. This is it. You can go total woo-woo with us.
From woo-woo to wow.
Wow. Bye now.